Welcome, everybody. I am Nolotandotele, and welcome to today's Zoom lesson. Once again, we will be doing a business English lesson, and today we will be talking about preparing or delivering a good, successful presentation. Pointer number one is limiting paper use. We are living in a digital world, and I'm afraid you do not have a choice. You will have to pick up. Now, if you are planning to deliver a presentation, I would really recommend you use smart devices. Now, this will include your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, and a projector. Which brings me to pointer number two, which is arriving early. Now, I would recommend that you arrive 30 to 45 minutes early. Now, during this time, you could check your equipment and also set up your equipment. You could also just use this time to get comfortable. The next one is thank, greet, and introduce yourself to your audience. Now, good manners will take you a long way, and having a good demeanor is one of the simplest things you could do to attract and command attention from your audience very, very effortlessly. The next one will be starting off strong. Now, this is a very interesting one because studies say during the first 5 seconds of your presentation, your audience will decide if you are worth their time. I know that's a very short time. Now, how do you want to start off strong and sort of engage your audience from the start? Now, normally to engage your audience, you would want to tell a story. Yes, telling a story. People love stories. Stories engage people a lot easier. The next one is providing a mini company background statement. Now, if you are providing a company background or background statement, you would want to be honest and you would want to give accurate information. Also, you would want to be very mindful of not oversharing company information. Now, what you want to include is where you are located and your business hours, currently maybe how many people are you staffing, and maybe how long have you been in the market. Moving on to the next one is using your natural voice. Now, this is a tricky one because you do get tempted to switch accents. Maybe you think this will make you sound cooler or smarter, and you just get tempted to speak those big words. And I would really, really not recommend you doing that. You would want to stick to your natural voice. You would want to stick to simple, understandable English. I am saying English because mostly when you delivering a presentation, people normally use English. However, if you won't be using English, same rule applies. You want to stick to simple language and you want to speak very clearly. The next one will be, I'll just go on to the next slide. We'll just go on to the next slide. And the next one will be body language and expressions. Now, you would really, really want to be mindful of how you come across to people. Some people don't like excess use of hands. Some people don't like you moving around. And I would want you to be really, really mindful of how you project your voice, how you conduct yourself, and how you come across to the audience. Now, smiling normally does very, very good. Now, I would recommend you to really, really smile. If you are not a smiley person, I would recommend that you reconsider the smiley face. Now, I'll give you a bit of a trick. Normally, I just leave Smiley on my desk. Look at her, she's very adorable. I'll just leave Smiley here on my desk so she reminds me to smile all the time. Now, obviously, you cannot go around carrying a smiley, especially if you will be doing a presentation, but I hope you are getting the idea. Now we are going to move on to the next one, which is get to the point. Now, you would really want to keep it very short and sweet because people don't like it when you stretch out for too long. Now, especially that there are too many distractions and people just lose focus very, very easily. And recent studies shows that human beings have way shorter attention span than a goldfish, and the goldfish just have 9 second attention span. Yes, nine. So you would really, really want to reconsider and keep it short and get right to the point. Now, the next one is sell, pitch, and market your product. Now, obviously, the main aim is to sell. So you would want to stick to the selling of the project. You would want you will not want to get carried away, and you won't want to stick to questions or maybe just carried away by small talks. You would really, really want to sell the product, offer information about your product, offer the prices, explain the product very, very well to your audience. Now, the next one is to use visuals and props. Now, this is a good way to sort of engage your crowd. This is a good way to sort of just keep your crowd alive. You'd want to like maybe have some handouts that you could give out, handouts that has information about your company and about your product. The next one is be flexible. Now, you would really, really want to be flexible when you notice that you are using your audience. You will want to maybe pause. You want to maybe rephrase. You want to obviously check with the audience and ask questions like, "Are you still following me? Are you still with me?" and all sorts. Now, the next one is, oh, while I'm still talking about being flexible, if you do notice you are losing your crowd, you would really, really want to move on and do something else. Maybe have a backup plan if you maybe not getting the attention you want to you are looking for, or maybe you just not want to memorize information. You just want to speak naturally so that you can be flexible in case something else happens that is a surprise to you. Now, the next one will be handling distractions. Now, it is very, very common to be distracted while doing a presentation. Mostly, you will get distracted by questions. Now, you would really want to handle the questioning very, very well, because obviously you do want your audience to ask you questions, and you do want to answer your audience question. Now, what you could do and what you can say is that, thank you for your questions, but I will attend to all questions after the presentation. Right. And the next one is to use catchy phrases. Now, if you are doing a presentation, you would really sort of want to use very good business phrases, very catchy phrases. Now, for example, let's just say you want your audience to look at your slides. Now, instead of saying, look at this slide, you would say, when demonstrating, you just say, please, could we take a look at this? And maybe if you want to switch on to the next section, you'd say, which brings me on to my next, and then you continue. And lastly, we'll be wrapping up and goodbyes. Now, you'd really want to thank your crowd for listening, and also while you're still at it, you'd want to maybe leave your contact details while saying goodbye. Maybe you'll just want to leave your audience with your email, or maybe your website. You'll just want to wrap it up very, very smoothly. Now, I have prepared a presentation that, an example of a presentation I was going to show you, that I would sort of encourage you how to lay out your presentation. Now, when you are doing a presentation, obviously you want to include your company name, and you want to include your product, and secondly you want to provide your product description. In this case, I am selling a printer. You'll just want to describe your printer. And next one is you want to mention all the cool features that your printer has. And next slide, I included the free items that accompanies the printer. And the next slide, I have included the extras. Everybody loves extras. When you're selling a product, it is very, very important to include a bit of extras here and there. And the next one is really optional. I have just included sales just to show the audience that this is where we started, this is where we progressed to, and this is where we initially progressed to, and this is where we are now. This is to sort of show the audience the progress you have been doing. And the next one will be customer reviews. Now, customer reviews are very, very important because your potential clients get to see that you are doing good in business. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope I do see you next time.